Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kara if you don't know me already, and I currently live in the Dominican Republic. On this channel I talk about my life here. I also talk about some product reviews and other videos, and today we're going to tie in those two topics by talking about how I get packages here in the Dominican Republic. So you might have wondered, how is she getting all these American products if she's living abroad? And obviously international shipping exists, but it's often a bit more complex of a process than someone living in the United States their whole life might realize. So today I'm going to be talking about how exactly I get packages here, and I'm going to compare it to how I got packages when I was living in Honduras, which is where I lived from about August 2019 to April 2020. In Honduras, I had an address, the place where I lived, and my family would just write that address on the letters and they would just ship it like that. Then there was actually an international or United States based post office, which was conveniently about 2 blocks away from where I lived. I lived in the middle of a small town, so a lot of things were very conveniently close. And when I first had a package coming, I started going to that post office about every week just to check if it had arrived, because my family was telling me they sent it several weeks ago, so I was trying to let them know I was waiting, and I didn't really know how the system worked, so I just kept going back and checking. And let me tell you about this place. This place was pretty old-fashioned, and when I say that, we're talking like mail dumped out of a burlap sack in the back room and a physical notebook used to track every single piece of mail. When I would go, they would flip through this giant notebook and just scan the pages looking for my name to see if I got a piece of mail. There was no search system on any computer. I don't think I saw any computers in that place. So it wasn't the most advanced system, but eventually I got my letters. Most of them. There were actually a few letters that I never received, unfortunately. But since I broke my foot while I was there, a couple family members sent me care packages, which is so kind of them, and I'm so grateful for that. And those were the packages that I kept going back to check for. Finally, one day, they found my name as they were scanning that big notebook, and I had a package. So what then? I did have to pay a small fee for the package, depending on the weight, but honestly, usually it was less than $5. Eventually, my family sent me more letters, and the post office actually started sending them to the place where I lived. So I lived in kind of a hotel-ish apartment complex. So the hotel workers would have the letters, and then when I got home from school, they would give them to me. Also, they started sending notices when I had a package. So they would send just a little card that says, "You have a package, come to pick it up." So then I would know to go there and then be able to receive my package and pay for it. It was a pretty convenient service overall. I didn't have to pay that much, and it was just a natural mail service, but I didn't really trust it that much, and I never really tried ordering anything internationally just because, first of all, a lot of companies don't ship internationally. Second, probably not to Honduras. If they do, if we're being realistic. And 3, I just didn't really trust the system enough because, as I mentioned, there were some letters that my family mailed to me that I never received. Now let's talk about how I get mail and packages here in the Dominican Republic. Although I have an address here, a street address, it is not for mail. There's virtually no mailing system here, which is something I discovered when my family tried to mail me a letter using my street address. They just wrote that on the envelope and sent it, and basically it was returned to sender because the system could not calculate that. Learned pretty quickly there's no such thing as mail here, I guess. So it doesn't matter whether it's ordering something online, getting a care package, or getting a card in the mail. It all has to go through something called a courier. Basically, a courier is a service that has an office located in Miami or Florida in general, usually Miami. So you have a Florida address, you get the mail there, then they ship all their packages and things over by plane to the Dominican Republic, and then from there they distribute it to their different offices. There are many different couriers here. I see a lot of them just walking around or driving around in an Uber. One of the big popular ones is BM Cargo. The one I use is called TPAC, and I know there are a lot of other ones as well. One thing I like about TPAC is that it has a lot of branches here in Santo Domingo. It also has branches in other cities across the country like Santiago, Bani, Punta Cana, and it even has one in Puerto Príncipe in Haiti. Unfortunately for cheap people like me, you do have to pay for everything by the weight, and it is not as cheap as it was in Honduras. It's roughly 187 pesos per pound, which comes out to around $3.30 in American dollars. And sadly, the minimum that you pay, if you're just getting letters, you still have to pay the minimum of 0.8 pounds, which is around 150 pesos or around $2.64 in American dollars. Overall, I do like this this service better than the one in Honduras because it feels more trustworthy and secure to me. They have an app which tells you where your package is in each step of the process, which is really convenient and really comforting. It gives you that peace of mind that your package is not lost in the middle of the ocean somewhere. So that is really comforting to have that app to see your package. But the only catch is you have to wait until they actually register it up in their office in Miami. The first time I ordered something, I got an email from the company I ordered it from, and they said, your package was delivered today, yay! And I was like, okay. And I was waiting for TPAC to send me the notification that I had a package in Miami, and it didn't come, and I was just waiting. But after a few days, then it came. So you just have to be a little bit patient and trust that they will eventually register your package. I've heard this doesn't really happen with BM Cargo, so if you're really worried about that, then maybe try that courier. I do have to wonder sometimes what they're doing up in that office in Miami, but it does usually always get here. One thing I do really like about TPAC is that they have a free included delivery system. So when you are choosing an office for your courier, you have to choose the one closest to you, and then if you want your package delivered at the beginning of the day, you're going to message them on WhatsApp, message the office, and just say, I want my packages delivered, and here's my location. The office that I am registered with is about a 20-minute walk away, which is not bad, but it's so stinking hot here. I hardly ever feel like doing that walk. Basically, they have guys on motos or in vans who run the package routes, and they take the packages to the different people. You can either pay by a credit card through messaging on WhatsApp, I think. I haven't tried that, but you can also pay in cash when the delivery guy gets there. One annoying part if you work is that you can't really schedule when your package will arrive. I mean, you can try, but I've had problems with that in the past. When it was my birthday, my family sent me a few birthday cards. They had arrived in the office here, and I wanted to get them in time for my birthday, but my birthday was in the middle of the week, so I had to order them after a school day. So I tried messaging the office. I said, would it be possible for me to get these delivered after 3 p.m? And they said, sure, that's fine. But at 11 a.m, I got a call from the delivery guy that he was waiting for me to come get my package. Something got a little lost in translation there because it took till the next day to refigure out. I said after 3, please, not before 3. And eventually I did get my letters on my birthday, so it worked out. Another time more recently that I had a problem with the delivery is that I'm working from home on Fridays, and so that's usually when I order my packages. I don't even really try anymore to schedule when it will come. Unfortunately, I do have some classes during the day, so I just pray and hope it never falls during those times. Usually it doesn't, but one thing that happened recently was that my phone was on silent, and so I didn't hear when the delivery guy messaged me and called me that he was here, and so it was 8 minutes before I responded. I tried to run downstairs, but he had already left, so I was just like, oh, okay, you're just gonna leave then. But he did come back within the hour, and it was fine. It was just mildly annoying at the time. Another weird thing that's been happening recently that's kind of a complaint is that they haven't been delivering the right package. Something really weird happened the last time. I had one packet, a small little thing, and I asked for them to deliver it, and they delivered 2 letters from September. We are in May. Where have those letters been all this time? It was so weird because my family had sent them and I told them I never got them. So we just assumed they were lost, like the ones that were lost in Honduras. But I guess I did get them eventually. Even though it was 7 months late, I still got them at least. And I'm still confused if I had to pay for them because the receipt always has the category of item that it is, and it had the category of the other package. And that's what I paid for when I paid the delivery guy. And there were 2 letters. I did not pay the fee for 2.8 pound packages. So I'm still confused, but at least I can message them on WhatsApp. I messaged the office, I asked them, is my package still there? And they were like, oh yes, sorry, that was a mistake. So at least I have that confirmation it's still there. Besides it being a little chaotic at times, I do appreciate having a courier service here for several reasons. One, because I can get things shipped to a US address, which is very helpful when I'm not trying to pay international shipping fees or even get products from companies that don't ship overseas. It sort of feels like I'm just cheating the system a little bit, and I'm not mad about it. Second, I like that I can watch the packages. As you can see on the app, as soon as they register it in Miami, it tells you they received it in Miami. It tells you when they packed it up. It tells you when they put it on the plane, when it's on the plane, on the way over, and then it tells you when it's on the truck going to the office where you are registered at. And then it even tells you when it's disponible, when it's ready and available for you to order it to be delivered to your house. While I can't say I would 100% recommend TPAC, I do think it's a positive thing that they have courier systems here, even though maybe a little bit pricier than just getting normal mail. Obviously, in both Honduras and here in the DR, I had to pay for the packages, whether there was a mailing system like in Honduras or not, like here in the DR. And of course, there have been in both places a couple mix-ups, but overall, it has been a good experience. I slightly prefer this experience, as I mentioned. I like being able to track the package, and I like that there's a nice app and it's organized, and I feel like I can trust it because it's more secure. And that brings us to the end of today's video. I hope this was helpful or informative to someone, whether you are considering moving here, or you already live here, or you just live in the States and you're just curious how it works. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!